Today on Ballistic BBQ, we're going to be taking a look at the Bighorn multi-fuel pizza oven. By multi-fuel, I mean pellets, propane, and electric. Let's get going. Quick thank you to Bighorn for sponsoring this video. And this is the pizza oven. As you can see, mine is red, but they also come in green, blue, and then polished stainless steel. I just thought red kind of had that classic kind of Italian look. This oven is 21.5 inches long, 14 inches wide, and from bottom to top, it's 28 inches. It's constructed from stainless steel. I found that assembly was really easy. Basically, it boiled down to just a couple screws to attach the pellet hopper here, the chute. And then there is a little ashtray down below that just fits into some tracks. Other than that, it was, putting the pizza stone in place. This thing, like I said, very easy to assemble. So obviously here's the heat stack. The way this thing's designed when you're, burning the pellets or the propane is the flames are going to come up, kind of ride the ceiling of the inside of the oven, and then they're going to come out of the top here, you'll see the flames coming out of the stack. What this is for deflecting the fire so it doesn't, burn up into whatever's above it. It also came with this, and this is kind of a multi-purpose implement, I guess. It's a pellet scoop to fill up the hopper, but it also serves as a cover for your stack there. Here's a closer look at the pellet hopper, just a simple hinged lid. Then you'd pour the pellets inside. They provide a really basic tool here to use when this thing is on and everything's hot. Open up the lid on the pellet hopper, pull out the pellet tray, and then also remove that ash collector as I pointed out earlier. I do want to point out that all these legs are collapsible, which is cool. It has a cover or door for the oven itself, which is insulated, has a wooden handle. Then on the inside here's that 12-inch pizza stone, 12-inch square. So I mentioned this is a multi-fuel pizza oven. It comes set up standard to burn pellets, but you can buy from Bighorn a propane burner. A couple minutes, you're cooking on propane. Or if you want to cook indoors, you can buy their electric heat coil. And again, same installation basically through the back. I'll show you how these install when I get to that part of the video, but it's very simple. So I think that covers the basic features of this oven. I can tell you this, the price is extremely reasonable when you compare it to some of the top pizza ovens that are out there on the market. And Bighorn's always having sales. I'll have a link down below you can click on to see the current price and also, again, any sales they might be offering. What I want to do right now is get this thing going. I want to cook some pizzas. So again, it's not hot, so I'll use my hand, my bare hand here. Remove that tray. Now I'm going to fill up the pellet tray with cooking pellets, about 10 ounces of pellets. Now I'm going to place a fire starter here right at the edge, the leading edge of the pellets. And this particular fire starter that I'm using is specifically made for cookers like Kamados and such. So it's basically like cardboard and some paraffin wax. It's not going to be anything that's going to taint the flavors here. But of course, we're not going to be cooking until it's completely burned away anyway. Get that lit. Get this back in place. Now what I'm going to do is allow this to burn for about 5 minutes before I load up the pellet hopper. All right, it's been about 5 minutes, just a quick peek. You can see the fire is just starting to come out, up into the ceiling area. It's definitely not there yet as far as what it's going to look like in a few minutes. Now's the time to fill this thing up. This hopper holds about 16 ounces of cooking pellets. We're going to fill it all the way up to the top. Boom. And let's just take a peek to see what it's looking like now. Yeah, you can see a huge difference. Okay, so this is the first time I've lit up this pizza oven. So I'm going to allow it to burn for 45 minutes to an hour just to kind of do a burn in. I want to get rid of any of the impurities that may have been left behind by that manufacturing process. While we're waiting on that, let's make up a really, really simple pizza sauce. To my pot here, I'm going to add 28 ounces of crushed tomatoes, canned crushed tomatoes. I learned this, well, I modified it a little bit, but I saw this on a YouTube video, and it's so much better than the pre-made pizza, sauce you buy. It's just so easy. Next ingredient is some tomato paste. This is pre-seasoned with garlic, basil, and oregano. This is 6 ounces. I'm going to add about 3 ounces of this, half the can. Then about 1 teaspoon of salt. I'm using kosher salt. Let's take an immersion blender. And there we are. Easy peasy. So obviously we still have some time for the oven to be ready to cook. Right now we're still doing that burn in. Just going to set this aside. When next you see me, we're going to be actually making pizza. So I'm going to show you how this works with with all 3 fuels, starting off obviously with the pellets. Pizza oven's all burned in. I allowed it to cool down. I pulled out the pellet tray, cleaned everything out, got it relit. By the time I'm done forming this pizza, it'll be ready to cook. This is my pizza dough. This is a Neapolitan pizza dough. It's literally 4 ingredients: flour, water, yeast, salt, nothing else. And this is the pizza dough that Bighorn suggests you use in the pizza oven. It's honestly my favorite pizza dough. So it's a win-win for me. Right, so I have it sitting on some semolina flour, and I'm just going to punch it out, and then I'll start stretching it. Right, and that looks pretty good. Add some of that sauce first. And I'm going to avoid hitting these edges. I want a nice pizza edge here, pizza crust edge. All right. I have here some freshly grated mozzarella. I literally grated this not 30 minutes ago. Do not use the stuff that comes pre-grated in a bag. It'll burn in this oven. That cheese that's in the bags, it's coated in cellulose, which is actually a byproduct from the lumber industry, and it causes the cheese to burn a lot quicker. It's fine in an oven, but in a pizza oven, I mean, this thing is going to be raging hot. It'll burn that cheese, and it will not look good. Now some pepperoni. Like I said, I'm going simple. This is my favorite pizza. Usually I'd order it with either some mushrooms or olives on it, but we're just going pep and cheese. We are ready. Take my pizza peel. I get a little semolina on here as well. Meet you at the oven. All right, we're running here. 815 degrees. Okay, 30 seconds had passed. I'm going to go ahead and turn this. I'm using a turning peel. Take a look at this. There we go, look at that. All right, I'm going to be trying this pizza out in just a second, but until then, let's check out how well this thing cooks on electricity and propane. We're going to kick this off by hooking up that propane accessory. First thing I'm going to do is remove these 3 screws. As you can see, the pellet tray has already been removed. Now we'll take that propane accessory, and it already has the screws here. And these are pretty nice because it's set up so you can do it, you know, with your fingers. You don't need a tool. Connect it to the bottle. And we are good to go. This has a pulse ignition, so we're going to push it in, then turn it. All right, it's been about 15-20 minutes, and I have the gas cranked up full blast. And center of the stone is at 760 degrees. Not bad. We're gonna make some flatbread. Right, this is a Margherita style flatbread. You know, very simple. Basil, tomatoes, mozzarella. What I'm going to do is rotate this. Look at that. I got to tell you, I'm really liking that propane. It's very controllable. Just going to go in one more time. We'll be pulling it. Look at that. That is, whoa, almost tragedy. That's beautiful. Since we got that propane rolling, let's go ahead and rock a ribeye steak on that cast iron griddle. Look at that. And here's that end result. Medium rare. And juicy as all get out. Look at that. So I was running it propane on high, 30 seconds each side, then 10 additional seconds each side. Now for the electric cooking accessory, the same way, you just push it through there, and you got these nice finger screws to tighten it up. Get it plugged in. Again, this is something that you would want if you're going to be cooking indoors. Then turn it on, and you can see we have settings here. We have low, medium, and high, and then places in between. I'm going to go to high. So electric burner, this has been on high for about 30 minutes. It's just weird not seeing, you know, the flames and the smoke. And it's so quiet, you know, you're not hearing the fire. Anyway, let me get a probe on this. So in the center, it's just under 600 degrees, about 592. So definitely not as hot as fire, which I didn't expect it to be. This is another flatbread, and this is sausage, mushroom, mozzarella, then it's got a white sauce. So again, this is for cooking indoors is when you're going to want to use this electric feature. Look at this. This has been about 30 seconds. I just want to see kind of a comparison. Yeah, you can see, I mean, it's definitely melting. It's definitely not as fast as fire. Again, as to be expected though. Gotta check this out. Another 30 seconds. Yeah, it's definitely, I can hear sizzling now. It's getting some color. Oh yeah, look at that. Boy. Looks great. Go ahead and turn this around. Rotate it a little bit. And I'm just going to leave the lid off for a little bit. Enjoy watching that bubbling cheese. Here we go. Look at that. That is gorgeous. All right. Done. Okay, my thoughts on the electric accessory. I think for somebody who cannot cook outdoors for whatever reason, they live in an apartment, this is awesome. Awesome, awesome, awesome. It's not smoking up my patio, so it wouldn't be smoking up the inside of your apartment. And again, there's no fire, no burning pellets, so it'd definitely be safe. You don't have to worry about carbon monoxide and everything. So I think it's a great accessory. I'll be sticking to the pellets and the gas though. All right, check this out. This looks really good. Smells like a pizzeria in here. Getting that crunch. All right. Nice crust. It's nice. I'm using hickory, so I'm getting just a light smoke, but it's not like an overpowering smoke, but I'm getting that light, that wood-fired smell, taste. And I got that killer cupped pepperoni with the nice sear on the edges. Good stuff. And this sauce, I mean, again, it's so simple, and yet it does what it's supposed to do. It's not dominating the taste of the pizza, but it's kind of enhancing all the whatever toppings you put on it. It's just a nice, clean, tomatoey flavor with the herbs and everything. So I'm digging on this thing, and there is a little bit of a learning curve when it comes to managing the pellets. When it's in pellet mode, it consumes pellets rather quickly, and I found that rather than filling up the hopper all the way to the top, I keep it right just about halfway up, and that way the cooker doesn't get too hot. So like I said, just manage it. Every 4 or 5 minutes, I guess, just add one of those cups, a little shovel of pellets in there, and it's fine. It actually becomes really easy to manage, and it holds temp very well. One thing I want to mention is the top of this cooker, it gets hot. You definitely cannot touch it. In fact, one thing that Bighorn is suggesting is that you can actually use that heat to cook things. Like if you're doing, say, a steak, you could have a pot of beans up there. And on that note, it's not a one-trick pony. It does way more than just pizzas. I mean, any pizza oven does way more than just pizzas. And one thing that Bighorn has available is like a cast iron little grill pan. Links are down below. And like I said, one thing about Bighorn is they are always having specials and everything. So definitely you want to check in on that. But any suggestions, anything you'd like to see me do on this, leave a comment down below. And if you're new to the channel or you haven't subscribed yet, please consider hitting the sub button, ring the notification bell, thumb it up if you like it. I hope you did. Cheers.